UFC 316. This is the official betting video. How we doing, everybody? My name is Young Pasty, aka the White Boy Wonder, and I'm here today to give you all of my official bets for UFC 316. I'll give you all of my parlays, everyone's favorite section, the parlay section. We got my leans, so plays I'm considering. Specifically, we talk money lines, over and under on rounds and method of victory props, and then lastly, my stayaways. Now, as we always do, guys, have to recap last week, UFC Vegas 107. Going to pull the results up here right now. And a weird week with the main event. Honestly, the main event kind of screwed us because bet number 5 didn't even happen. And the 3-pick parlay of the week had a leg that voided. And Dvalishvili would have put that up to plus 166. But nevertheless, we hit 2 bets last week. We lost 3 bets. End up losing 0.345 units. So, I mean, under half of a unit loss, not really that bad. But, yeah, the Dvalishvili fight not coming to fruition really kind of screwed us because I anticipated both of those legs hitting. You know, bet number 5 hitting and the last leg of bet number 3 hitting. And that would have put us into the positive end of things. But I mean, like, there's just some stuff in the UFC that's, like, completely unexpected, and this was one of them. So, but hey, let's move on here to this week. UFC 316. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't, click that subscribe button. We are on the path to 300 subscribers, so your support will go a long way. Click that subscribe button, click the like button, throw a comment down there. And then my Patreon's free. Link's in the description. That's where you can get all of my bets when I place them. You know, I put most of these bets in earlier in the week. It is today, now Friday. So you'll see that a lot of odds have swayed in the opposite way. So let's get to it, guys. The official bets for UFC 316. We sort these in confidence, okay? So bet number 1 is always the most confident play of the week, and then we move on down from there. So I got 6 bangers for you guys today. Let's get it going. Bet number 1, my most confident play of the week. We got another 2-unit slapper. Okay? And these are my most 3 confident fighters that are going to win the fights this week, okay? Murzakanov, Joshua Van, Joe Pyfer. Put all 3 of those legs together. We got it at minus 132. Again, the 2-unit slapper. We are putting 2 units on it. It's currently sitting at minus 143. Murzakanov going up against Ribeiro. Murzakanov has beat better competition. Okay, he's getting a short notice fight and he's getting lesser competition. A chinny Ribeiro who really isn't impressive. Murzakanov will get the KO for sure. Joshua Van, my boy Joshua Van. I've never picked against this guy. Going up against Bruno Silva, who really just got teed up and pieced up against Manel Kape. Who's one of the elites in that division, right? And I would put Joshua Van up in that elite status there. He's going to piece up Bruno Silva. Now, the dude's tough, right? Can he get a takedown and, secure top control? Maybe, probably not. Can he withstand all the shots from Joshua Van? Now, unless Joshua Van got some, a lot more power from his last fight, I anticipate this fight going all 3 rounds and Joshua Van by decision. Now, lastly, Joe Pyfer. I anticipate Joe Pyfer getting the knockout over Kelvin Gastelum. Yep, this is the time, dude. Kelvin Gastelum up at 185 here. He's just living off the shadow of his Izzy fight where, again, he lost, okay? But Joe Pyfer, and don't give him crap for his 5-round fight with Hermansson. Okay, he looked good in the first 2 rounds. And even in the 3rd round there. This is a 3-round fight, okay? I only need 2 rounds out of him, but Joe Pyfer's nasty on the feet, dude. He has some extreme power. I think he's just going to piece up Kelvin Gastelum. I think he might get a standing KO because Kelvin's really tough, right? Maybe find some elbows or nasty shots in the clinch. I know Kelvin has this, block head. And it's just humongous and super hard to take out. But he can hit him with some nice shots. And Joe Pyfer has some nasty power. And he's been ready for this fight. He wanted to fight in Mexico City. Made some mistakes by eating in some wrong places. But he's back here fighting in New Jersey. I think it's a better spot for him too. So I picked him the first time. We're picking him again. All three of these legs, the most confident pick of the week, the 2-unit slapper, Murzakanov, Joshua Van, Joe Pyfer. Let's get it. We move on to bet number 2. And if you are what you say you are, a superstar. Sugar Sean O'Malley, plus 240. We are putting 1 unit on my boy. Now, I'm giving him another go here because his last fight with Merab, he had a torn labrum. Okay? He wasn't 100%. Now we got him at 100%. He's focused, okay? He's not messing around on social media as much. He's locked in. He wants to win this fight. He's getting an immediate rematch to the title. You think he's going to go out there and try and embarrass himself again? No. Not going to happen. I mean, he underestimated Merab the first time. But I believe he's been working on his takedown defense. I believe he's been working on his get-up game. He's only been preparing for one opponent. Right? He's had time to heal his injury. He's coming back now healthy and 100%. Merab has an injured toe. Right? I mean, now Merab's on the side of an injury, you know? And I give all respect and credit to Merab. Dude's a killer. Dude's a machine. Non-stop. Go, go, go. But, I mean, let's be honest. He's, outclassed on the feet with Sean O'Malley. If Sean O'Malley has had only one opponent to prepare for, all the film he's seen from just not that fight and now the Umar fight, right? He's going to find holes in Merab's game. He's going to find shots. Now, I believe Sean O'Malley by decision. I think he finds 3 rounds. I think he finds success in 3 rounds. You're going to see Merab take down Sean O'Malley at some point, control him on the ground. That's just how it's going to be. That's how it is, right? But Sean O'Malley is going to find success for 3 rounds. He's going to win this fight by decision. But we're just going to take him straight up, plus 240, 1 unit. This is currently sitting at plus 230. So, I mean, it's still a pretty decent number from a boy, Sugar Sean. Now, giving him another go. Sugar Sean. Let's get it. No braided or color. No, he still has braided hair. No color hair this time, okay? Focused, okay? He has that focus. He's coming in. He wants to get the job done. We move on to bet number 3. And if you guys have not heard or you are new to the channel, bet number 3 is the 3-pick parlay of the week. We find 3 confident legs. We put them all together to find a good number. Here's our 3-pick parlay of the week. We have Kayla Harrison. We have Killian Salkilled. And Wang Cong. Minus 125. We are putting 1.25 units on it to get 1 unit back. Now, this number's currently sitting at minus 172. That's still a playable number, but my gosh, that's a lot higher there than when I initially put this in. Now, as I said, guys, that's why you gotta subscribe to the Patreon, okay? Links in the description. It's free. That's where you get all my bets when I place them. And click that subscribe button down here, okay? Support goes a long way. Now, anyway, the 3-pick parlay of the week, Kayla Harrison, she's gonna get the job done over Julianna Pena, okay? I just watched the weigh-ins. She looked fine at the weigh-in. She's always gonna look a little sunken in, but she's gonna blow it up like 30 freaking pounds. She's gonna look jacked and humongous against Julianna Pena. We all know how this is going to go, okay? Don't get it twisted. Don't get fancy or cute, okay? Kayla Harrison by decision. Next leg, Killian Salkilled. Going up against Yanal Ashmus. Now, Yanal Ashmus is a tough little cookie, okay? Throws some nice heavy hooks and overhands, but he's a lot smaller than Killian. I believe Killian has the wrestling advantage too. Killian can keep the distance and has good kicks and jab. The reason I say, this is going to go all 3 rounds is because, I mean, he went 3 rounds with Gage Young. Gage Young is a tough customer, right? And then, Ashmus goes 3 rounds with Chris Duncan. So in my mind, this fight's going to go 3 rounds. But I got Killian there. Just, again, this is all straight up money lines for the 3-pick parlay. And then lastly, Wang Cong. Now, this Silva girl just came in 6 pounds overweight. So I don't like that look at all. It's going to make Cong a little bit more mad, a little bit more pissed off, and I like that. Okay, so she's going to come in and, I mean, have you guys seen what she did in her first fight against, what's her freaking name? Not Hardy. Leonardo, something like that. Yeah, knocked her lights out. It was a brutal KO, and you usually don't see that in women's MMA. Like, this girl has extreme power. Great kickboxer. Again, you'll hear about it every single broadcast. Beat Valentina Shevchenko in kickboxing back in the day. Like, she's good. Wang Kong's good. Okay? She's going to come in more pissed off because of the weight miss. 6 pounds overweight is crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I like it a lot. Kayla Harrison, Killian Salkill, Wang, Cong, minus 125, 1.25 units. Let's go. The 3-pick parlay of the week. Bet number 4. We got Serghei, Spivac, minus 138. We are putting 1 unit on it. It's currently sitting at minus 135, so basically the same odds. Dude, Waldo Cortes has never seen a wrestler like Serghei Spivac, or the submission threats that's Serghei Spivac presents. Spivac's going up against killer competition. Waldo Cortes is not, okay? Like, what's his best win? Ryan Spann, who he just beat, that was his first fight at heavyweight and did not look very good at all. In which I picked Ryan Spann, by the way. I'm not really a fan of Waldo. Spivac's going to expose him with the wrestling and the takedowns. I honestly think Spivac gets it done by submission. I mean, obviously on the feet, Spivac's can be outmatched, in my opinion. Yeah, he has some striking, but he really just uses it to get takedowns and wrestling and clinch kind of scenarios, right? And Waldo ain't seen. I mean, Spivac's out here submitting Derek Lewis. You know what I mean? So I don't see it. And, submitting freaking Marcin Tybura, like, he's submitting elite guys, right? Now Waldo Cortes is going to come in and beat him? No, I don't think so. You're getting Spivac at a good number here, minus 138. Again, he's currently sitting at minus 135. This number is going to probably balloon up to maybe minus 150, minus 175 come fight time. You guys watch. So, Serghei Spivac, minus 138. We are putting 1 unit on it. That's bet number 4. We move on to bet number 5. And we're just going to keep this simple. We have the under 2.5 rounds in the Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson fight. Minus 175. We are putting 1 unit on it. Yeah, I know it's juicy. It's currently sitting at minus 175 still, but a knockout is bound to happen here. Honestly, Chaos is probably going to light Gustafsson up in the first round. He comes in recklessly. You think Chaos ain't going to see that or watch the film? And, like, the control on the fence. Like, Chaos is a strong guy. He's pretty athletic, too. He's a pit bull, too. He's usually the one pressuring people. So you think he's just going to get held up on the cage for 2-3 rounds? Nah, man. No. This fight is going to be violent. And Gustafsson likes to be in brawls, too. So it's just chaos. Chaos by knockout is bound to happen. But we're going to take the under 2.5 just to be safe. Anybody can get the knockout, the submission at any point, as long as it happens within the first 2.5 rounds. So let's get it. Minus 175, we're putting 1 unit on it for the under 2.5 in the Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson fight. Moving on to the last bet. Bet number 6. 2-pick parlay. We have Markel Medeiros plus Joshua Van. Minus 134. We are putting 1 unit on it. It's currently sitting at minus 137. We already went over Joshua Van. Dude's going to get it done easy over Bruno Silva. And then Markel Medeiros going up against Choinski. Short notice fight. Medeiros is going to be the clear and much better striker. I think he can avoid any sort of takedowns and submission threats. I don't see Choinski just wrestling him and holding him and getting top control for extended periods of time. I don't see that. Like, if a takedown does happen, he may be able to hold him for a few. But Medeiros is pretty, he's not stupid. He has 2 wins in the UFC. Like, Choinski taking the fight on short notice, and I will say, dude's jacked. Choinski's freaking a little jacked dude, but Medeiros is more technical. Medeiros is going to find a way to win, as he always does. So we're throwing Joshua Van on there to get it at a better number because Medeiros is sitting at like minus 200. So Markel Medeiros, Joshua Van, minus 134. We are putting 1 unit on it. Those are all the official bets for UFC 316. 6 bangers, okay? Tail me or fade me if you choose, okay? Now we move on to everyone's favorite section. The parlay section. Yes, sir. Now we hit a couple of parlays last week. I'll pull them up. We'll play the little sound. Okay, they weren't big. They were just, small little parlays. But this week we got some bangers, man. I'm super stoked and super excited for this pay-per-view. I got a lot of great parlays for you. I got 10 parlays, okay? So let's get into it. We sort them by, odds. So we go from the smallest odds to the biggest odds. And here we go. My first parlay for UFC 316. This is my alternate 3-pick parlay. So we have bet number 3, my 3-pick parlay of the week. This is my alternate to it. So we have the under 2.5 rounds for the Azamat versus Ribeiro fight. The over 1.5 for the Bautista versus Patchy mix fight. And Kayla Harrison. Sitting at minus 121. Not too bad. Next. This is called the All the Favorites parlay. So it's basically bet number 1 and bet number 3 all combined. So we have Murzakanov plus Van plus Pyfer plus Harrison plus Killian plus Cong plus 175. Next, we have the hedge parlay. Okay, so I don't really want this one to happen, but it could. So we have Azamat KO, we have Patchy mix money line, and we have Merab decision plus 246. Next, this is the 2-unit slapper method of victory parlay. Okay, so this is bet number 1 and all of their exact outcomes. Azamat KO, Joshua Van decision, Pyfer KO, plus 785. Not too bad. We're getting juicy here, guys. We moving on up. Now, this is my alternate cycle parlay. My cycle parlay coming up later. You'll see it. This is my alternate to it. So we have Azamat KO. I'm pretty confident in that leg, honestly. And as I say it in all my videos, I love all these legs individually. Azamat KO, Spivac sub, and Merab decision, plus 854. Next, I call this the first 3 parlay, minus the Jeka and U fight. I'm not going to count that. This one gets me a little excited for those first fights on the card. So, Medeiros decision, Killian decision, Wang decision, plus 920. Next, this is my alt cycle, okay? You'll see the cycle parlay next. This is my alt cycle. So we have Chaos Williams KO, we have Kayla Harrison submission, and we have Joshua Van decision, plus 930. Not too bad. Like all those legs. Now, this is my cycle parlay of the week. We have Chaos Williams KO, we have Spivac submission, and we have Salkill decision plus 1,761. Next, my underdog city parlay. Low key and high key. I think all these fighters win. We have Jeka plus Luque plus Bautista plus 3,962. Underdog city, baby. Lastly, I call this the long shot degenerate decisionator parlay. We have Joe Pyfer decision, Kayla Harrison decision, and O'Malley decision plus 4,931. I think it is likely that all 3 of those fights could go the distance. Pyfer versus Gastelum. Gastelum has that big chin. Harrison versus Pena. Pena's tough. Went 5 rounds with Nunez last time, even though she got her ass whooped. Still there. O'Malley decision. Again, Merab's tough too. I think he finds a way. I think he gets 3 rounds and gets the nod and gets his belt back. So, plus 4,931 for the long shot degenerate decisionator parlay. Those are all the parlays for the week. Again, these are not official bets. Don't be putting the house on it. Don't be putting 1-2 units on it. I just put little small plays in here and there. Maybe mix and match what you choose. And as I say every single week, I love all these legs individually. If you like a leg, then put it in individually. You know what I mean? Because again, a lot of times, these parlays, two out of the 3 legs hit. So anyway, We move on to the lean section. Now, these are plays and bets I'm considering. These are not official plays. They're just things I like. And I'm considering if I do put another official bet or parlay in, you'll see it in the comments or you'll see it on the Patreon or my Twitter. So let's get into it. My leans. First, we'll start with the money lines. Mario Bautista sitting at plus 150. Now, this line really hasn't moved too much, and I'm seeing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of love for Patchy Mix. And I get it. Do the Bellator champion. Very good fighter. Okay, I want to give credit where it's due. But, man, I say it every time, dude. UFC experience is different than Bellator experience, you know. And I know Bellator has good guys, and Patchy Mix was fighting good guys over there, but we kind of saw it in like just in recent times, the Pitbull fight versus Yair Rodriguez, right? Like when you're fighting upper echelon guys in the UFC, it's just kind of different. So Mario Bautista, I mean, it is a winnable fight for Patchy Mix, but I think Mario Bautista can get the job done. He is my official pick in my picks video. Plus 150. Honestly, I'm kind of waiting on all this love to come in on Patchy Mix. That way we can get Mario Bautista at a better number. Now the spread's at like minus 135, plus 3.5 for Mario Bautista. I do think the fight goes distance. A lot of people are saying Patchy Mix by sub. I think that's at like plus 350. If you like it, take it. I think that is a possible outcome to the fight. However, Mario Bautista's tough. He's gone up against some killers. He's not really getting submitted. His ground game's pretty good, and takedown defense pretty dang good too. So. Next, Vicente Luque, plus 225. You know, they're disrespecting my boy Vicente Luque, and Kevin Holland sitting at minus 278, which is crazy. Yeah, you don't even need to get cute or fancy with anything on the method of victory. Props with Vicente Luque. Plus 225 is a pretty dang good number for a money line. So, lastly, Jeka Serghei. He's sitting at plus 440 now. That's wild to me. Yeah, I know it's a road to the UFC guy. Yeah, I know that he's like not the best fighter in the world, but he has UFC experience. He's come out of some nasty situations and found some KOs. He does have nasty power. And yes, I know that Yu is athletic and is a prospect from South Korea. I just, dude, this may be a parlay buster, so you watch out on the Yu side, but Jeka Serghei plus 440, and if the number keeps climbing, man, you may have to just throw a sprinkle on it, dude. You just may have to throw a sprinkle on it. So, next, we have the over and under on rounds that I like. So, first, the over 3.5 rounds versus the Pena versus Harrison fight sitting at minus 110. Honestly, I think Harrison gets it done by decision, right? I think Julianna Pena can at least, last 3.5 rounds. We'll see, right? But over 3.5, minus 110, I really don't think that's bad for a championship women's fight. When we've seen Harrison go 5 rounds with people in other organizations, you know what I mean? So, 3 rounds of Ketlen Vieira. So, who's to say Julianna Pena, the champ, can't go 4 or 5 rounds with her? So, that's my thinking. Next, over 2.5 rounds for the Bautista versus Mix fight, sitting at minus 180. There is a reason the number is where it's at minus 180. Again, everyone's saying Patchy Mix by submission, Patchy Mix by finish. Then why has the number not budged at all on any of the sports books, sitting at minus 180, right? It's because Mario Bautista always is a tough guy. It's a tough guy to get taken out. So is Patchy Mix on the other hand too, I think a lot of people are counting Mario Bautista out. I said it before in the money line, so I think the fight goes the distance. These guys are pretty good fighters. I think any sort of threat of a finish would have to be, a lucky shot or a stupid mistake. So, both of those could happen. So, but I got the over 2.5, minus 180 as a lean here. Next. The under 2.5 Spivac versus Waldo fight, minus 154. I think Spivac's going to get it done by submission. But this covers you if Waldo gets a finish too, or if Spivac gets maybe a ground and pound, because that's if he gets top position or mount position or a spot where Waldo can't move his arms and defend. He could get a ground and pound KO too. So, and on the other hand, Waldo could find the chin of Spivac if it gets kept on the feet, throwing some body shots, work him in, then get. Ooh, I mean, it could happen. Waldo's a pretty good boxer. So under 2.5 minus 154 could cover you both ways. I like the over 2.5 in the Killian versus Ashmoose fight, minus 175. Both these guys are tough. Both these guys have gone the distance with other fighters. I don't think either of these guys are finding the shot. So minus 175, I think that fight goes the distance. And then lastly, the over 2.5 Medeiros versus Choinski fight, minus 180. This one I'm a little iffy about. Honestly, at some point, I think Medeiros could find maybe a knee knockout or an uppercut somewhere, something like that. Like maybe Choinski shoots in very tired on a takedown and Medeiros just hits him with a knee and knocks him out. But both tough fighters. Choinski is pretty dang tough. Wrestling, grappling, that's his edge and expertise. Medeiros is more technical with it though. I think he's just going to piece him apart for 3 rounds. Choinski's going to eat the shots. Will look okay in his UFC debut, but the fight will go a distance, minus 180. Next, the method of victory props that I like. And I got a couple stars by some that I really, really love. And, I'll just go over those ones first. F it. First, O'Malley decision plus 600. I think O'Malley gets it done by decision. And plus 600, tack on an extra plus 400 on the O'Malley side from the money line. So Merab is tough. Okay, it's tough to take out Merab. Even with tough shots that O'Malley landed in the previous fight with a torn labrum, by the way. Merab's able to eat him and move forward. So plus 600 for O'Malley decision. Harrison decision, Kayla Harrison decision, plus 187. I like this a lot too. Julianna Pena is tough. Julianna Pena is tough. Again, Harrison went 3 rounds with Kelvin Vieira. Who's to say she's not going to go 5 rounds with the current champ, who went 5 rounds with Amanda Nunes, went 5 rounds with Raquel Pennington. So next, Pyfer KO sitting at plus 240. I think Pyfer is the first one to take out Kelvin Gastelum. I just think at some point, I think Kelvin's not going to be able to defend himself and he's just going to be eating shots and it's going to be a standing KO. Next, Spivac sub, plus 333. Waldo never seen the submission or grappling threat that Spivac presents. And he will get tested here multiple times or maybe just once. Spivac only needs 1 takedown to get you down and go to work. So plus 333. I think Spivac gets it done by sub, probably a rear naked choke or an armbar. Chaos KO, plus 125. Andreas Gustafsson loves to be in brawls. Andreas Gustafsson comes in recklessly and stupid. Chaos is going to find that shot that he does. Chaos has extreme power in his hands. He only needs 1 shot to lay you down. And with Andreas' reckless and stupid style, I mean, Chaos is going to take advantage of that and find the shot. So, next, Azamat KO, minus 275. You want to get your number down on the money line. I mean, the Azamat KO is bound to happen. It's a good parlay piece to add to stuff. Brendson Ribeiro's tough, or not tough. Brendson Ribeiro's chinny. Okay, his cardio's not very good. He's very hittable. He doesn't use his reach advantage to his advantage. I know Azamat has some T-Rex arms, but he closes distance very easy and has a lot of volume. Puts on shots, heavy shots, thudding shots. So, next, Cong decision, plus 125. Lower that number down from what it is. She's not going to get a knockout on Lipski now, or not Lipski. Pardon me. She's not going to get the knockout on De Silva. It's just not going to happen, guys. De Silva's gone up against pretty dang good people in the UFC. Now, I know Cong brings a power that's different, right? But she's gone up against pretty dang heavy power in the UFC. I mean, I don't need to go over the list. She's gone up against some killers. But yeah, Cong all 3 rounds, maybe a takedown or 2 from Silva at some point. And again, the 6-pound weight miss, something to just take into mind too. So now Wang has more how do you say this, body and meat to hit. So, next, Killian decision minus 110. You know, Ashmoose is tough. Went 3 rounds with Chris Duncan. Killian went 3 rounds with Gage Young. If you're doing MMA math there, these guys are probably going to go the distance. But I say that because the cardio's decent. Killian does have like pretty good power, but I think the Jubilee fight was a little bit of an early stoppage, and Jubilee's kind of not the best. And Ashmoose got handled by Chris Duncan pretty easy. I mean, he had landed shots here and there, right? But Killian has he's taller, has a reach advantage, going to keep the distance, has a better wrestling wrestling advantage in my opinion. So minus 110 for the Killian decision. Lastly, Bautista decision plus 260. This fight's going to go the distance, guys. If you want to get a little bit better a number at the moment, Bautista decision plus 260. But honestly, if you're betting Mario Bautista, just wait. Just wait. Maybe even do a live bet at some point, or right before the fight starts, because people are going to be pounding money on Patchy mix, dude. Be pounding money. So I see Mario Bautista sitting at like a plus 200, plus 175 come fight time. So Bautista's decision plus 260. If you're really, really loving the Mario Bautista though, I would just wait a little bit. That number will get a little better for you. All right. Those are all the method of victory props. Let's move into the stayaways. Now these are bets and plays I recommend you don't put your hard-earned money on. I don't have too many this week. But these are ones that I think are just going to be parlay busters, and personally, I'm not putting any money on these people at all. So first is Ju saying you at minus 600, and that number's climbing too. The value's not there for an unproven prospect going up. And now Jeka Saragih isn't the proven UFC vet, right? But at least he has a couple fights in the UFC. He's tough and has knockout power. It's just like, I don't know. Something's telling me upset alert here. And then Kevin Holland at minus 278. Like, guys, we're in 2025. Are we really back in Kevin Holland at minus 278? Like, the value's just not there at all. Like, Luque has a pretty solid chance in this fight, right? I think a lot of people are counting him out. We saw what he did in his last fight versus Tempa. Like, it was a quick club and sub easy. And Tempa's pretty dang good, in my opinion. So Kevin Holland at minus 278, something I just don't see any value in. So those are my stayaways for the week. Ju saying you and Kevin Holland. All right, guys. Those are the official bets for UFC 316. Those are all the parlays for the week, my leans, my stayaways. If you have made it this far, thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Again, we are on the road to 300 subscribers, so click that subscribe button if you could. Like the video, throw a comment. Let's make some freaking money this week, okay? UFC 316, I am pumped. I am excited, okay? Lots of great fights, lots of great bets, lots of great parlays. Young Pasty, out. Let's get it.